Here's a design truth that surprises many homeowners. The fastest way to elevate a backyard pool is to design for feeling first, then choose materials that deliver that mood. Decide whether you want serene spa energy or lively resort vibes, and let that guide everything. Plants, lighting, textiles, and finishes. Leading with emotion keeps choices purposeful and cohesive, preventing impulse buys that don't fit. When intention sets the tone, every detail supports a beautiful, inviting outdoor experience. Welcome to Luxury Home Decor. Today we're exploring backyard pool landscaping ideas that translate across styles and budgets without depending on specific visuals. We'll blend timeless design principles with fresh trends, so your space feels current and comfortable through every season. Expect guidance on color schemes, furniture choices, smart layouts, and styling techniques that adapt to small courtyards, family yards, and sprawling retreats alike. The goal is a plan you can personalize and actually live with. Start with a seasonal strategy. Build a neutral, durable base that looks good year-round, then refresh with accents that rotate effortlessly. Evergreen shrubs, smooth pavers, and weatherproof seating form the backbone. In spring, layer soft greens and light textiles. Summer invites airy shades, breezy fabrics, and citrus tones. Autumn brings richer hues, burnished metals, and lantern glow. Winter favors structure, texture, and calm silhouettes. Seasonal layering stretches budgets further and keeps your pool zone feeling new. Budget-friendly does not mean bare. Spend where your senses notice most. Comfortable loungers, slip-resistant surfaces, and layered lighting that warms skin tones after dusk. Save on accents that switch often. Planters, outdoor rugs, and table decor. Repeat shapes and finishes so affordable pieces read intentional, not random. A limited palette, consistent metals, and measured pattern keep everything elevated. Focus on touches that improve daily comfort. Luxury is the feeling, not the price tag. Color sets the emotional temperature of the space. Cool schemes, sea glass greens, misty grays, and soft blues calm the mind and visually expand tight areas. Warm schemes, terracotta, sand, caramel, and hushed coral feel social and vacation ready. Pick one family as your base, add a grounding neutral, then introduce a single accent to spark energy. Keeping to 3 main tones prevents visual noise, allowing water reflections and natural textures to shine without competition or clutter. Think in zones rather than objects. Map real activities, lounging, dining, play, and quiet retreat. Then let those needs organize the layout. Place seating where breezes move. Position dining where kitchen access is easy. And reserve a shaded corner for midday rest. Use planters or subtle changes in paving to signal transitions. When circulation feels intuitive, the yard behaves like multiple rooms that flow together, making even compact pools feel generous, calm, and easy to use. Furniture should invite lingering. Choose loungers with supportive frames and quick-dry cushions that still feel soft to the touch. Mix reclined pieces for sunbathing with upright chairs that encourage conversation. Side tables at elbow height prevent awkward stretching. If space is tight, select slender silhouettes and open bases to keep sightlines airy. Comfort is your best investment. If you wouldn't happily read there for an hour, reconsider the piece. Outdoors should feel as gracious as indoors. Shade is infrastructure, not decoration. It determines how long people actually stay outside. Use adjustable umbrellas for flexibility, a pergola for structure, and breathable fabrics with high UV ratings for real protection. Layer shade for comfort. Overhead coverage plus a vertical screen to soften glare bouncing off water. Choose colors that harmonize with your palette rather than fighting it. When shade is thoughtful and movable, everything else, seating, color, and planting, works better all day. Lighting turns a pool into evening magic. Combine 3 layers: ambient glow along paths and walls, task lighting on steps and entries, and sparkle from underwater fixtures. Aim for warmer color temperatures at night to flatter skin and materials. Dimmers let you pivot from lively gatherings to quiet reflection. Resist overlighting. Leave pockets of darkness so reflections feel cinematic. When light behaves like music, layered, rhythmic, never shouting, the whole space becomes inviting after sunset. Plants are design partners, not background extras. Think structure first. Tall evergreens for privacy, mid-height shrubs for volume, and ground covers to soften edges. Mix leaf shapes, fine, broad, glossy, feathery, for texture without overwhelming color. Place fragrant herbs near seating for sensory delight, and keep messy bloomers a little away from the water to reduce skimming. Choose species suited to your climate so maintenance and watering stay sensible while the garden matures beautifully. Hardscape choices shape daily comfort. Porcelain pavers stay cool underfoot and resist staining. Natural stone brings timeless character. And composite decking offers warmth with minimal upkeep. Whatever you choose, repeat that material in steps or planters for cohesion. A slim border in a complementary tone frames the pool like a gallery, keeping the composition tidy when furnishings change seasonally. Consistency in hardscape lets the landscape evolve without losing its essential identity. Privacy should feel curated, not barricaded. Layer solutions. A decorative screen near seating, slim trees along boundaries, and taller containers to block angled views. This approach preserves breezes while creating calm. Consider sound as part of privacy too. A gentle bubbler or narrow rill softens noise and keeps conversations intimate. When sightlines and sound are both managed gracefully, the pool area feels secluded without building fortress-like walls or sacrificing light. Water features add motion and calm. A slim sheet of water creates modern elegance, while soft bubbling brings a relaxed hush that pairs with conversation. Position features where people naturally pause, near steps or beside benches, so moments feel designed. Keep scale proportional to pool size and echo nearby finishes for harmony. The goal is balance. Water that animates the scene without stealing focus, enriching the backdrop for gatherings, reading, and late-night unwinding. Textiles carry personality and comfort. Choose outdoor-rated fabrics that resist fading and mildew yet feel pleasantly soft. Start with solids for longevity, then layer subtle patterns, pinstripes, herringbone, or microgeometrics, for depth. Reflect surrounding hues, blues from water, greens from foliage, or sun-warmed neutrals from stone. Add knitted throws for shoulder season evenings. Rotate cushion covers with the calendar to refresh the palette without replacing furniture. Thoughtful textiles stitch every zone into a cohesive story. Small backyards thrive on vertical thinking. Train vines up trellises, mount narrow shelving for planters, and consider slim art panels designed for weather. Use tall, slender trees to pull the eye upward without casting heavy shade. Favor wall-mounted lighting to preserve floor space, and select leggy furniture to maintain openness. When the vertical plane works hard and looks beautiful, the ground plane stays calm, letting a compact pool feel generous, layered, and comfortably livable. Outdoor rugs are underrated space makers. They anchor seating and create a soft threshold between home and pool. Choose quick-dry weaves and low pile for easy care. Size matters. Front legs of seating on, back legs off, so layouts read crisp and intentional. If your palette is quiet, a tonal pattern adds interest without shouting. Rugs also soften acoustics on hard surfaces, making conversation easier and transforming a patio into a true outdoor living room. Cohesion is repetition with intention. Choose a primary shape, arc, circle, or rectangle, and repeat it across planters, lanterns, and hardware. Echo a metal finish from door handles to light frames. Carry a stone tone from coping to steps. This rhythm calms the eye so even eclectic pieces feel related. Repetition is not sameness. It's harmony. With a few reliable notes, your outdoor composition feels composed, and every new addition naturally finds its place. Treat circulation like choreography. People should glide from interior to deck to water without awkward detours. Keep paths wide enough for two to pass comfortably and align entries with destination zones to minimize furniture shuffling. Position side tables within easy reach from loungers. If kids are present, maintain a clear line from door to shallow end. Thoughtful movement planning reduces stress, prevents clutter from creeping in, and makes the yard feel welcoming and intuitive. Seasonal planting adds freshness without overhaul. Anchor with hardy evergreens, then rotate container highlights. Spring blossoms, summer heat-tolerant color, and autumn foliage. In cooler months, rely on structural grasses and sculptural branches for interest. Keep planters consistent in color or material so changes feel curated rather than chaotic. This strategy delivers novelty and delight while your core layout remains steady, preserving budget and making maintenance manageable throughout the year. Sustainability is quiet luxury. Choose native or climate-appropriate plants to reduce irrigation demands. Install drip systems for efficient watering and consider permeable paving to manage runoff and keep surfaces cooler. Opt for composite or responsibly sourced timber and look for solar-powered accents where practical. When eco-smart decisions align with beautiful design, you gain longevity, comfort, and lower upkeep. Sustainable choices become invisible advantages that make outdoor life easier and more enjoyable. Modern style favors clarity. Embrace crisp geometry, smooth decking, and low-profile planters. Limit ornamentation and let proportions shine. Generous steps, confident sightlines, and balanced furniture footprints. Keep palettes restrained, stone, charcoal, soft white. Then introduce warmth through wood and textured linens to avoid sterility. The pool becomes a reflective plane that steadies the composition. Minimalist design thrives on editing. Every piece should earn its place through comfort, function, and form. Organic aesthetics celebrate softness and time. Curved pathways, layered plantings, and boulders that feel nestled create gentle movement. Choose materials that patina gracefully. Stone that models, wood that silvers, metals that mellow. Keep the palette earthy, sage, sand, charcoal. So water's blue reads vibrant without shouting. Organic design feels lived in and forgiving, welcoming morning coffee, kids' splashes, and evening conversations with equal grace. It's beauty that deepens rather than demands attention. Coastal inspiration is about lightness, not cliches. Think breezy neutrals, weathered wood, and pale blues balanced with warm metals. Use open weave chairs, slatted benches, and linen-like cushions to keep air moving. Let textures whisper rather than shout. A calm backdrop lets the water do the talking. The result is relaxed sophistication that works inland as well as seaside, offering a clean, breathable canvas that plays well with changing seasons and evolving accessories. Mediterranean warmth thrives on contrast and hospitality. Pair terracotta tones and olive greens with sun-washed neutrals. Consider patterned tile accents on risers or waterlines for character. Shade is essential. Canvas canopies or pergolas with flowing drapes invite lingering meals. Add citrus trees in containers for fragrance and seasonal color. Ground the palette with iron details and natural stone. The mood is generous and enduring, designed for long afternoons and even longer conversations. Mid-century cues bring playful precision outdoors. Select low-slung seating, slatted wood, and geometric screens to set the tone. Keep colors optimistic yet disciplined. Mustard, teal, persimmon, and putty, anchored by warm timber. Round planters can offset rectangular pools, while globe lighting offers a friendly nighttime glow. The key is restraint. Let a few strong shapes lead, supported by quieter companions. Mid-century design balances joy and order, making it ideal for lively, livable patios. Rustic charm celebrates texture and comfort. Choose sturdy wood benches, woven lanterns, and hearty textiles that invite touch. Favor stones that feel hand-hewn rather than polished, and allow plantings to read slightly wild yet purposeful. A simple fire element extends evening enjoyment when temperatures dip. Rustic doesn't mean rough. It means welcoming, honest, and durable. Ground the palette in moss, bark, and wheat so the water gleams like a clear mountain spring. Eclectic style rewards curiosity when edited with care. Pair a streamlined sofa with vintage side tables. Mix ceramic and metal planters, and layer patterns within a single palette. Use repetition of color or finish to unify diverse pieces. Edit relentlessly. Variety without discipline turns chaotic. Think curated gallery rather than crowded market. Your pool area becomes a personal narrative where travel finds and heirlooms coexist, each breathing comfortably without competing for attention. Smart technology should be helpful, not showy. Automate lighting scenes for easy shifts from playful afternoons to intimate nights. App-controlled irrigation waters plants when needed rather than on a rigid schedule. Robotic cleaners keep the pool ready without daily labor. Choose discrete outdoor speakers for even sound at low volume. When tech disappears into the experience, you gain convenience, safety, and calm. The result feels polished yet effortless, freeing you to simply enjoy. Entertaining outdoors succeeds on logistics. Keep surfaces near dining easy to wipe, place side tables within reach of every seat, and maintain clear pathways for serving. Offer varied seating heights so mingling feels natural. Designate a staging area for trays, towels, and games to avoid random piles. Use lighting that flatters faces and food alike. Hosting becomes seamless when comfort, storage, and flow are embedded in design rather than improvised on the spot. Family-friendly design balances freedom and order. Create a ventilated drop zone for towels and toys so damp items dry quickly. Favor rounded edges, slip-resistant surfaces, and durable fabrics that welcome daily life. Keep delicate decor away from splash zones and reserve a quiet corner for reading or napping. When the environment anticipates real routines, kids feel included, adults relax, and the yard reliably returns to calm at day's end with minimal cleanup. Maintenance determines enjoyment. Choose finishes that resist staining, fabrics with removable covers, and plants that don't shed constantly into the pool. Plan easy access to skimmers, lighting controls, and irrigation timers so upkeep feels manageable. A compact storage cabinet for tools saves countless steps. When tidying is simple, the space gets used more often. Design for the day after the reveal, and your backyard will reward you with effortless, everyday pleasure. Sound is part of comfort. Hard surfaces can echo, so layer soft elements, rugs, cushions, and wood to balance acoustics. Plantings help break up wind and street noise, while gentle water movement adds a calming hush. Aim for even speaker coverage at low volume rather than a few loud hotspots. When the soundscape is pleasant and controlled, people linger longer, conversations feel easy, and the pool area shifts from loud stage to soothing sanctuary. Storage is the unsung luxury of outdoor living. Built-in benches with hidden compartments keep cushions dry and essentials close. Slim hooks manage hats and robes, while a weatherproof cabinet near the door corrals candles, games, and sunscreen. When everything has a home, tabletops stay clear and the design breathes. Color-match storage to hardscape so practicality blends with beauty. Invisible organization turns a stylish patio into a truly effortless, livable space. Prototype before you commit. Test tall planters to judge scale, tape furniture footprints to preview paths, and try temporary shade sails to study sun patterns. These low-cost rehearsals prevent expensive missteps and build confidence. You'll learn how the yard behaves at different times of day and across seasons. Decisions made from experience, not guesswork. Deliver a backyard that functions beautifully and feels right from the first morning coffee to the last evening swim. If your pool sits close to the house, treat the threshold like a boutique lobby. Use consistent or complementary flooring to connect interior and exterior. Repeat a color from indoor textiles outdoors for continuity. Align door hardware, lantern finishes, and planter materials for a deliberate thread. This visual handshake blurs boundaries, making the yard feel like a true extension of home rather than a separate stage. Seamless transitions amplify comfort and sophistication. Balance your composition with height layers. Start low with ground covers and rugs. Build mid-level interest with seating and planters. Then reach high with trees or pergola elements. Stagger heights rather than clustering tall pieces in one area, so views feel balanced from every seat. This tiered approach is photogenic and practical, ensuring every glance lands on something considered. Height harmony keeps the poolscape sculptural and calm, even when accessories change seasonally.